Hello again, friends, and you are my friends, and welcome back to your Sunday morning non-league show, Talking Non-League Live with me, Martin, and of course I'm joined as always by Thomas very shortly. Welcome along. This is your half an hour non-league news, views, results, roundup, all of the above, and a lot more in between. As always, guys, you can of course listen to this back on any podcasting platform. Just search Talking Non-League Live, the podcast. And you should find us, and we will be there, and you can go through the archive. Many of you have been doing that over the last week or so, my podcast provider tells me, so that's fantastic to see, and I really hope you enjoy listening to my sultry tones, and of course the tones of this man here, the man, the myth, the legend, the Hammer, Thomas Seggins.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, the Hammer. How you doing?
Not too bad, thanks.
Good. Before I ask you how your weekend has been, I just want to jump in ahead of that and round up some weekend's action for our clubs involved in the FA Cup. So Bury Town won 4-1 at home to Waltham Abbey. So good win for Bury Town there. They're through to the third qualifying round of the Emirates FA Cup. Grantham were the only Thurlow Nunn team left, but they found Averley a little bit too much to handle, sadly. Leiston, they came through. They beat Leighton Town 2-1. And then outside of that sphere of the FA Cup, we had Needham. They're still top, Thomas. Ben Folkes again, really impressive as they beat Lowestoft.
Scored during the week. Just scored during the week as well.
Scored during the week. Hit the bar yesterday. Had a fantastic game by all accounts. And Folkestone Walton, they drew 2-2 against Coggleshall Town. Ollie Mers was in attendance. Okay.
Not surprised.
No, me neither. And it was a 90th minute equaliser, Tom. 90th minute.
Blimey. Can't score better than that, can you?
You don't ask better than that. So their weekends haven't been too bad on the whole. How has your weekend been? What's been going on?
Not too bad, really. Had a quiet one, to be honest, so far. Just watched the game yesterday. Wish I didn't.
No public houses last night?
No.
So you didn't go to a pub?
No.
Good morning, Daniel. I hope you're well. You'll be joining us very soon. So on the show today, Thomas, tell me who's on the show first and foremost.
We've got Town manager Liam Abraham, and then obviously we've got Daniel as well.
And then we've got Daniel Barnard to round up the SIL action. And we've got a couple of clubs from the Thurlow Nunn we're going to be speaking about. Daniel caught Seggers on the booze already. Not too sure on that one. But, it's the squash. Okay. Well, let's jump into the Thurlow Nunn roundup. We've got Liam coming on, and then we've got our club of clubs we're going to speak about before Liam does come on. Thurlow Nunn Premier Division. First of all, the results from midweek. Wroxham 3, Kirkley and Pakefield 0. Haverhill Rovers 0, Stanley Rovers 4. Galston 1, Norwich United 4. FC Clacton 5, Whitton United 1. Walsham Le Willows 5, Newmarket Town 2. God Manchester Rovers 3, Ely City 2. Walsham Le Willows 4, Haverhill Rovers 0. Stanway Rovers 4, Whitton United 2. Norwich United 4, Newmarket Town 1. Mildenhall Town 4, Galston 1. Long Melford 0, Wroxham 4. Hadley United 2, Woodbridge Town 1. God Manchester Rovers 2, Swaffham Town 2. FA Cup. Grantham Athletic 0, Averley 3. Look at the Premier Division. Sees Wroxham played 6, 18 points. Unbeaten Wroxham, goal difference of 15. Second is Norwich United, played 7, 17 points. One game over Wroxham, but 1 point less. At the bottom, Deptford played 5-0. Long Melford 19th, played 4, 1 point. Obviously a long way to go. Thurlow Nunn, First Division South. First midweek fixtures. Friendford 4, Barkingside 1. Wormley Rovers 1, Newbury Forest 2. Harwich and Parkston 1, Holland 1. Halstead Town 2, Little Oakley 3. Benfleet 8, Brimsdown 4. Wivenhoe Town 1, Friendford 1. Little Oakley 3, Hackney Wick 1. Holland 2, Wormley Rovers 3. And there we go. So the Thurlow Nunn results. Thomas, you've got some clubs for me
Yeah.
that you've picked out that you feel have got the arrow trending up after a good weekend? Who have you got?
Firstly, well, after your tweets last night, it kind of reminded me that Paparazzi Alex is there, so I kind of regret that one now. I'm joking. But no, yeah, Debenham. But yeah,
Sorry.
Debenham.
Sorry. It's not my fault. I didn't take no photos of you.
But yeah, so Debenham obviously got a good result yesterday, 3-2. I think they've learned from their past performances and actually, they're starting to pull things through together. It's working well for them finally, so that's definitely a good result for them. Beating, Lake and Heath for a top league before yesterday. And then Haverhill Rovers as well, who who won yesterday. They had a good start to the season, I think. Just double check.
Yeah, Debenham's win yesterday is a really good win. 3-2.
Yeah.
Alex himself said on Twitter that the lads have obviously learnt from previous mistakes and they've put together and really picked themselves up. And yesterday, Lake and Heath, as we said last week on the show, are flying. So a 3-2 win, squeaky at times, I'm sure, but a great win. So you can't ask for too much than that, can you?
No, definitely not. Who's the other team I said?
Who's the other team you said?
Haverhill Borough.
Yeah. Do you want my teams? Because I'm more with it. You didn't go to a pub last night, Thomas, so there's no excuse for this. This is poor, man.
Haverhill Borough, because they beat AFC Sudbury Reserve yesterday 2-1.
This is a yellow card offence, Thomas. You know what I mean? This is like, you're in the book now, son. You're in the book. So
I was getting confused between Borough and Rovers. My bad.
My two teams from yesterday. So we've got two. We've got Wroxham and Norwich United, both in the Thurlow Nunn Premier. I do apologise, Liam. So Wroxham, Tuesday night they beat second place Kirkley and Pakefield 3-0 at home. A good solid win that continued a really fine start. Then Saturday they travelled to Long Melford and comfortably dispatched our friends of the show Long Melford 4-0. That's, obviously sad for Long Melford, but fantastic stuff for Wroxham. That's 6 from 6 for Wroxham. 18 points from their first 6 games, 100%. God, they're loving life up there right now. Keep in mind last season, right? In the season that never was, obviously, this was a team that finished 5th. So, the early favourites to take the step forward, maybe, Thomas, do you feel?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Made a good start. Carry on, hopefully.
It's a long way to go, but it's a fantastic start. And up next for Wroxham, we've got last season's runaway and obviously this season's clear favourites for a reason, Stowmarket Town. The informed team of a year ago in the league that never was versus the informed team of this year. That'll be a fantastic game at Trafford Park next Saturday. So if you're in the if you are in the area, I would get myself along to that because that is going to be just one of those games. It's going to be a really tight, interesting game with two teams that play the right way and want to win games. And my next team there is Norwich United. So Tuesday, a fantastic 4-1 win over Galston. I watched some highlights of that on a YouTube channel called Sean Button. If you've not heard of that, if you've not been there, if you've not seen it, head over. He does some fantastic stuff. There's Sean. Hope to see him on the show one day. I've been speaking to him recently. Saturday was followed up by a fantastic 4-1 victory over Newmarket Town. So Norwich United now sit in second, 1 point behind Wroxham. Last season's second place team in the season that never was is looking to have now found their groove. Okay, they've got games in the Vars against Thetford. We've got Lee Simmons on the show next week. And then back-to-back Premier Division games against Swaffham and Mildenhall, with Wroxham set to face off on Stowe. They've now put themselves in a great position to take advantage of any slip-ups. And that's my two teams. So, great weekend for both. Certainly the future's looking good. And, if they can put together some right results, it's going to be a good time for both clubs. And a club that, has had an interest. Oh, Alex Eggleton is in the room. You were on fire yesterday. Yep, 3-2. You were Seggers. He was dropping some hammers. We would have done if he'd prepared for the show, but he didn't. But anyway, he has prepared for this next segment, which is, of course, with Mr. Liam. How are we doing, Liam? Welcome to the show.
Morning, all. Morning.
Good morning. Yes, how are we?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. I'm good.
Good. Well, I'm a coffee addict. So this is my part of the show, just to slip out for 5, have a quick brewski. Thomas, this is your man. This is your club. Framlingham are he often raves about you guys. Often.
Represented. Good, I like it.
Oh, big time. Thomas, enjoy your loving.
So, Liam, it's good to see you. Just for those who perhaps don't know so much about yourself, just give us a brief history about yourself in non-league.
Yeah. So I've coached a team from under 6 at Framlingham all the way through to under 18, where I run the under 18 team for 3 seasons. And the last of those, I was reserve player manager. And I was kind of rocking about in the first team a little bit, mainly a reserve player at the club. And then when Mel Oldest departed 3 years ago now, I got off the first team role. So I kind of started as a youth coach at the club, well, player first, but then youth coach, and then progressed obviously to the top job.
Yeah, and obviously, I guess it was a difficult task to follow. You know, Mel, good manager for the club.
Yeah, Mel had a lot of success there. Obviously, when he took over their SIL team, I think dropped down a division, but then soon bounced back up and got back-to-back promotions. So, yeah, loads of success that he brought there.
Yeah, that's probably good to have a good. It's probably helped him to have a good chairman behind him, I guess. But obviously, talk about last season. It was a shaky start to begin with, but you managed to turn it around before COVID, didn't you? And then obviously the season unfortunately ended.
Yeah, that was really frustrating. We, I think, put a lot of pressure on ourselves, quite rightly, having come down. I think you see it in the pro game as well. Teams get relegated out of the Premier Division, and then actually everyone expects them to go and win the league comfortably, and it's not always the case.
Right.
So we struggled to get to grips with it again. But like you said, we picked up post-Christmas, results were starting to come, and actually I think we end up finishing 5th bottom, but give it another 10 games that we had, I'd like to think that we'd have finished mid-table, if not slightly above.
Yeah, definitely looked there was some progress there. And then going back to this season, what's your thoughts on the season so far and yesterday's game?
Yeah. So yesterday, to start with that, we were good, I thought. For large spells, we dominated possession, created enough chances to win the game about 5 times, but ultimately conceded 2 goals and only converted 1 of our chances, and it's hard to take. Again, it's progression. We're improving again every week. Need to address why we're starting slowly, I guess, to league seasons, but certainly each performance is getting better from start of the season to yesterday. So can be happy with that. We can't be happy with losing. Never be happy with dropping points, but happy that there is progression on the pitch still.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and obviously, I don't want to mention too much, but how good was it to have the club, have Ed wear the Fram shirt on stage last year?
Yeah, that was good. Really nice of us to orchestrate that one and make that happen. Yeah, big thanks go to his brother really for getting the shirt to him and making that happen. But yeah, no, it was lovely.
I mean, it must have got the club recognised across the world for a time. So
yeah, definitely, we were shocked by the response of it. We I don't know if you saw, we were selling shirts in the Total Football Club shop, and we're getting people from America and Australia, like contacting them saying, "Do you do shipping? Can you get it out here?" And yeah, just beyond what we thought it was going to be, I think.
Yeah. Is it time to find a better photographer?
No one.
Do you know one? You can't drop a hammer like that without
naming
one.
I don't know one. No, I don't know one.
Typical Tom.
I think he's watching this morning though, so I'm going to say no. We're fond of the pictures of no football in it and a player wheeling away blurry. It's good.
You had some great pictures yesterday. I mean, some good snapshots.
Yeah, nice. Have you got any where the keeper doesn't save them?
Well, that one there where it's gone in.
Yeah, there's no.
I love the reaction of their player here. I mean, that means a lot to him.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I like when I see players like that.
Actually, he was very good centre half. Good
Yeah,
player.
he's there. Look.
Yeah,
he's in your number 8.
Yeah, Joshy Tyso, our number 8, good footballer.
I think if you're a centre half and you wear red boots, you've got to be good.
Yeah, he played right back against us last year and caused us all sorts of trouble. So yeah, I mean, we're slightly pleased to see him line up at centre half and not right back.
Yeah, you see, I played centre half all my career, and I was always a black boots, just plain black, plain black, no frills.
Yeah.
I wasn't good enough to wear any colour on me boots.
Yeah, I think centre half is like being a manager. If you wear anything other than black, you're open for criticism.
Yeah, you've got to be good, because otherwise you stand out like a sore thumb.
Exactly.
So obviously yesterday was disappointing for you guys, but
Yeah.
what up next? Yeah, who have you got up next, Liam?
We're away to Sudbury, who you don't know what you're getting with. At their
reserve side, yeah.
Yeah, at their place, especially on 3G, it obviously favours them in that respect. But we've got to back ourselves. Not trying to put us down or say we're underdogs in that at all, because it's a game we expect to win. But yeah, the academy team playing on 3G does bring some additional challenges to it.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And obviously, your next 3 games, just looking at your fixture list in the table, are against sides that are higher than yourselves in this early table, and it is such an early table that you can't take too much from it. When you sit the lads down yesterday after a disappointing defeat, and you know the 3 games coming up, what were your messages to the team yesterday after the defeat?
Yeah, we didn't talk a lot after yesterday actually. We had a tough one Tuesday. We conceded in the last 2 minutes away to Leiston, where we should have nicked the point. And I can tell it's hurting them. So there's very little I need to say in terms of trying to pick them up. It hurts, and we just need to take that forwards. Key one actually, we've got a training session this Tuesday, which we haven't had for 3 weeks, because we've had Saturday, Tuesday all the way through, and it's Tuesday is going to be the important one to get those messages in.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got Dan Barnard comes on the show, Claydon manager. He's always one for praising and preaching the training gospel. I was as a manager as well. Training really does help you. It does.
It's key. It's key to get the players together in a less pressured environment, but to work on key things that are needed. So, yeah.
And I was just looking at your fixtures. You've played Leiston, you've played Wisbech, you've played Ipswich Wanderers, you've played Lakenheath. Who's been a standout sort of either team or performer?
Yeah, out of those, I'd say Wanderers were very, very good. We played them on Tuesday night, and they were very sharp. And Marchtown being the other ones. Lakenheath, we let ourselves down big time, I would say. We had a few injuries, a few missing, again, without making those excuses. But yeah, that result was probably heavier than we'd liked it to have been. But I'd say Marchtown are very good, very effective. They've got 2 very good strikers in Gillies and Friend who score a lot of goals and cause a lot of trouble. And then obviously we know about the Wanderers front line as well. They're very good.
Yeah.
Where do you think you'll finish?
So we're looking top half. Top half is got to be our minimum expectation. Start of the season, we'd like to have broken into top 7 as a key target, but we'll kind of review. We'd said that to players. We'll review as we go along. Kind of have a chunk it into portions. We know we're better after Christmas, and again, I don't know why we need to address it, but we'll look to pick some momentum up as we go. Got some key injuries coming back as well. We've got Cyrus Thorpe, Joe Berry, both have featured very little so far this season. So yeah, looking obviously for some improvements in coming weeks.
Yeah, and you're a young guy yourself, and so where do you want to end up in your coaching career? Have you got ambitions to go to the top, or what do you want to see from your career?
Yeah, that's a great question, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah. On a show.
Just one. Dan, you're in trouble for the next bit. I've only one question.
No, I think for me, I'm very much hitting my ambitions at the moment. I was saying to Thomas, I've progressed through the club at the moment, and I'm in the position I need to be. I'm under no illusions. It's been a very tough start for myself with a relegation and a slow start last season. I'm certainly not getting carried away. I want to improve. I want to improve the club. I want to improve what we do off the pitch. I want to improve what we do on the pitch. And I'd see my progression is with the club. I want us to be a Premier Division team again, and when we get there, I want to be established in there. So that's kind of my short and medium term goals. Long term, who knows? It's a stressful business, so we'll see.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it is. But no, I wish you all the best. Just as we close the Thurlow Nunn part of the show, I'm not sure if you've seen these scenes yet, but there was a game midweek involving Thetford Town. And I just want to play a quick video, and then we'll just speak very quickly and then move on to the SIL. I think he scored. I think he scored in that clip. Ever been involved in a game like that?
Yeah. There's a few of those Tuesday nights. It does fog over a little bit, and certainly makes managing again very hard to work on your left back when you can't see him.
Yeah. As the manager, obviously, I just said that. Do you, depending on result, maybe, I don't know, are you pushing the referee? Are you saying, come on, we can't play? Because in that clip there, and I know video is not always as clear, so you can't quite see how bad it was. But for me, I can't, if I'm a linesman, I can't see the full other side of the pitch. So how can I call an offside?
Yeah, I think what you said is right. I think when you're there, it might be different. With the naked eye, potentially would be a bit clearer. I think the test for the refs, isn't it, is to stand in the centre circle, and if they can see both goals, then they play. Yeah. If they can't, they don't. Right. Yeah. I mean, certainly Thetford having a dark purple shirt wasn't helping that image at all, was it?
No, it wasn't. No, I put that video together because Leo sent me some different clips, and I didn't realise he scored in the clip until I watched it just then. I was like, I think he's just scored, but I ain't too sure. Yeah. And neither were his teammates at this end of the pitch either. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for sending that in, Lee. Thetford Town obviously in FA Vars action next weekend, and Liam, thank you for dropping by. We'll allow you to go and have a coffee and enjoy your Sunday morning, maybe a bacon roll, and hopefully we'll have you on again, very, very soon. Yeah, love it. Thank you very much both for getting us involved. Thomas, keep flying that flag, Fram.
We
will. Believe me, he will.
You and me at the moment, so between you, we've got it.
Yeah, when anyone that comes on, he always tries to work a shirt from him. So he'll probably slide into your DMs at some point, asking for a green and white shirt. Don't worry.
Working on it. He still hasn't sent it over yet.
Sorry, we gave the last one away to someone.
It's getting signed, Thomas, by all the team first.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
There we go. Right, SIL coming your way next, Liam. Thank you ever so much, my man.
Thank you.
SIL Senior Division. Westerfeld United 1, Crane Sports 1, Trimley Red Devils 0, Copplestonians 2, Leiston St Margaret's 1, Bourneville United 3, Henley Athletic 0, Houseworth Town 4, Claydon FC 3, Capel Plough 0, Biddleston Rangers 2, East Purgate United 2, Benall St Mary 1, Hawley United 0, Achilles 1, Ransom Sports 5. And now look at the table. Houseworth United played 4, race out in front with 12 points. Claydon in second with 12 but played 5. And following today's defeat, Trinity Red Devils now sit in third. Leiston, Capel and Achilles are the current bottom 3. SIL Division 1. Wickham Market FC 3, Bagton United 89 2. When Haston and Barham postponed. Tattingstone United 4, AFC Kesgrave 0. Sporting 87 4. Grundisborough 1. Southwold Town 3. Stanton 1. Bedricks and Coddenham postponed. Look at the table. Tatterton United currently lead the way with played 4, 12 points, 3 points out of Sporting and 3 points out of Wickham, who have played 3, so have a game in hand. AFC Kesgrave have played 4 games and currently sit 13th. In 12th is Stanton. SIL Division 2. Thurston 0. Wolverston 3. Stonham Aspel 3. Saxmundham Sports 4. Melton United 1. Cockfield 4. Ipswich Athletic 1. Ufford Sports 3. Elmswell and AFC Your Shirts postponed. Bromford Road Old Boys 1. Somersham FC 1. Look at the table. Wolverston lead the way with 9 points, played 3, a perfect record. Somersham in second with 7, and currently 13th and 12th is Stonham and Thurston. SIL Division 3. Kesgrave Kestrels 3. Laxfield 1. Hope Church 5. AFC Wanderers 1. Great Blakenham Checkers 1. Stage FC 3. Brantford United 5. Ockhold 2. Bardwell Sports 6. Wortham FC 3. Aldborough Town 1. Unity FC 3. Look at the table. Brantford lead the way with 12 points, a goal difference of 21, played 4. A fantastic result against Ockhold, winning 5-2. Aldborough and Ockhold both make up the bottom 2. Unity are currently pushing Brantford in second, played 4, 10 points. SIL Division 4. Starpland Falcons A2. Wolverston United Reserves 1. Crane Sports and AFC Kesgrave postponed. Coddenham Athletic 3. Ipswich Exiles 1. Coddenham Athletic Reserves 3. Ipswich Exiles Reserves 1. Coddenham Reserves lead the way with 9 points, a perfect start, and currently Wolverston Reserves sit bottom, played 4, only 1 point. And there we go. So there's all the results rounded up. This is the SIL portion of the show. And as always, I'll let those know that always ask me, why did I miss out Leagues A, B and C? Because we've got Dan Barnard on the show. And the only league important is League B. And we'll run through that with Dan himself. But we've picked out a couple of SIL teams, haven't we, Thomas, that we see are trending up. You and Dan have the same one, which is fine, because I'm looking forward to getting the different perspectives as to why you both think they're trending up. But who are your 2 teams, Thomas?
So firstly is Halesworth. Beating Henley 4-0 yesterday is a big result for them, because to cut Henley out like they did yesterday, especially in the first half, definitely it shows how well they could do this season. It's their 4th game of the season. They're unbeaten. And if they carry on like that, then they want us to watch the season, definitely.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And then the second team's Benall, who beat Hawley yesterday, 4th from the table. They've only lost once, so good little team there. If they can carry on, hopefully a top half finish for them, which they often are. I think they often finish quite well every season. So
yeah, they're a good little outfit, and yesterday was a good result. And I think you've done well in choosing them. To be honest with you, Tom. Good shouts. Halesworth the same as Dan. I'm looking forward to seeing what Dan's got to say about Halesworth as well.
Halesworth Reserves won as well, didn't they? So that's always good.
It's a great weekend, yeah. So my 2 up. No, that's the Thurlow. Let's go to the SIL, Martin. Let's get it together, son. So we've got Copplestonians and Claydon, and I don't choose Claydon just because Dan's on the show, but they had a good win yesterday. So Copplestonians first and foremost. I am so excited to bring this team onto my 2 up list for the first time this season. Lots of love for this bunch, because when I used to do days of match day vlogs, they were always good to me, always friendly, always up for a laugh, always welcoming, a really well-run club. 3 games in 2 of which have been defeats. Heading into this game against the team I've been full of praise for. I mean, Dan knows my praise for Trimley Red Devils. He says I love them, which maybe, but by all accounts, the side that was on fire yesterday, well, they weren't yesterday, because the Copplestonians pulled a victory out of nowhere, Thomas, that will hopefully kickstart their season. Up next is Bournvale away, Ransoms and East Burgold, so it doesn't come any easier for the team in blue. But, currently sitting 14th, 3 points. Who knows? This is the sort of results that really kickstart a campaign, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Trinity Red Devils, they've been on fire, literal fire. Played 5, won 3, drawn 1, lost 1 now. To hand their first defeat, Coppestones have really pulled something out there. I think, and I'm really excited to put them on my list. Up next, Claydon. Okay, so Claydon make the list. I think for the first time. Well, for me anyway, I think. I'm not quite sure. But they're now sitting in second. 5 games played, 12 points. And they're slowly, quietly starting to live up to that early season billing. A comfortable looking 3-0 win over Capel Plough after beating East Bergholt last week 2-1. So, really, really good going for Claydon. Up next is Crane and Old Newton. Obviously, Dan was full of praise for Old Newton last week. They're now in 7th. Crane in 12th. So 2 games that Claydon will be looking at with an eye to get maximum points. I know they won't say that themselves. They're too humble, too respectable. But for a club like Claydon, who came into the season with expectations, Thomas, they're quietly starting to put together a little bit of form.
Yeah, I to change the subject a bit. I very nearly put Westfield on my list. Get a draw against Cranes.
Yes.
So,
yes, they did. Yesterday,
I think they played really well as well, according to the tweets. So.
Yes, the official account said the Swans came from behind to earn a very hard-fought draw against Crane Sports with the game ending 1-1. Both guys from the penalty spot. Jack Allen converting for the Swans at the death. Is that a game last year that they lose?
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. He's really turned it around there, hasn't he?
Yeah. As we were saying when we interviewed him, the passion's definitely coming through now. So
flipping heck, I'm still running through walls for the lad.
Yeah.
But great win, great draw, for Westerfield. Great weekend. Let's bring Dan Barnard in, our SIL correspondent. He's like, he's our version of Tubes.
Hello,
how you
boys,
doing,
right?
Dan?
You okay?
Well, how are you? Yeah, good.
Bad.
You?
With that shirt again, I think you should go.
Someone's got to wear one. Someone has to wear one.
I see you're selling in Falcao 2.0.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah, Edison Cavani. What do you think about that? I know it's not non-league, but screw it. We'll go off script for a second. Edison Cavani, what do you think?
I think we're just basically scrapping at anything at the moment. I think we're just trying to find any name that we can sign before the league transfer finish. So, I mean, Sancho's done, and it's not going to go through. So, Cavani.
I could have told you that 3 months ago, mate.
Cavani's the only one that we can go for, unfortunately. So,
yeah, never mind. So, on to the weekend.
Yeah.
How did it go for you lot, Dan?
I think Seggers knows already, doesn't he? I think he dropped the hammer already, didn't he?
He does like dropping hammers, but talk to us. You're sitting 7th at the moment, 6 points.
Look, the result yesterday didn't reflect the game itself. We were missing 3 first starters, so we were missing a few players. Yeah, we obviously had a few that come back, and we played really well. The result, as it stands, doesn't show the reflection of the game. So, I mean, don't disrespect Halesworth. They found the net. So
3 times.
Exactly, but two of them were obviously our mistakes.
Oh, really?
Again, we've had 2 mistakes from ourselves that give them goals. But as I said, I'm proud of the boys how they played yesterday. We actually played really well. They were under a lot of pressure by us. So, if 2 weeks ago when we lost to Sporting, I was really disappointed. But yesterday, I wasn't disappointed. Halesworth are a good team. They're a good setup. The pitch was lovely yesterday. And you can see why they're going to go places in the next couple of years. So.
Yeah, and we spoke about that last week, didn't we? We spoke about your game yesterday. And you said Halesworth were a really good team. They'd prove a tough test. And they'd be up there or thereabouts. So now I'm glad you brought up the Sporting defeat, because I was going to ask you to compare the two.
Totally different, yeah.
Yeah?
Totally different, 100%. All the boys knew that as well after the game. It's an hour's drive, so if we played the way we against Sporting, it would have been, I'd have had my head in my hands, in the car on the way back. But we were just talking about the positives and what's up next. So
yeah, and what is up next? Because we've got Sporting 87 up next, and then Curtin Athletic Reserves, and then Needham Market FC's A team. So first of all, you go to the Blue Circle, the Theatre of Dreams, as I like to call it, to take on a tough team again. Sporting 87, obviously they handed you a defeat 2 weeks ago. Are you itching for revenge?
It's redemption.
Oh, I like that word, redemption.
Redemption, 100%. The boys are ready. They're pumped already for the game. They know that we can beat that team. So it's redemption.
Fighting talk. Sporting 87. Listen to it. He's come out swinging, Thomas. He's come
Yeah,
out with
yeah.
the old haymakers.
No,
I
we have
love
to.
it.
We have to. Obviously, we know where we went wrong that game. We play against. We play the way we played yesterday against them lot. They won't get anywhere near us. But again, we can't. We have to give credit to Sporting because again they drew yesterday with Needham Market 8, so they're still obviously unbeaten. So,
How nice is it though to return back to the Theatre of Dreams?
you look at it all the time for the fixtures list. You obviously, the boys are always pumped up about playing at the Blue Circle, but we've been lucky because we've actually played at really good, nice pitches already. We've had Halesworth, we've played Sport in '87, so we haven't actually had any park pitches yet with like loads of, on the floor diving around in dog poo and stuff. So,
Well, I tell you what, Daniel, Town are not playing Saturday. They've been called off. So if I can get written permission from the management, the leader of the opposition, the wife, I'll definitely have a trek over. I stupidly said last night we should do something as a family, but I'm thinking I might retract that statement.
Just bring them down. We got the cafe open as well. There's plenty of sweets and stuff down there as well. So
That's for me. That's for me. Forget the kids. That's for me. Happy days. No, great stuff. And as I said to Thomas, I asked you to pick a couple of clubs out that you felt are trending up. Obviously, you both had Halesworth. Talk to me a little bit about why you feel Halesworth are trending up.
Halesworth obviously won the cup during the week. So they obviously already picked up a bit of silverware during the week, and to obviously win on Saturday a large margin against Henley, who obviously were one of the top three this season, is a good result. So credit to where they obviously they've got to from playing midweek to a Saturday, and with the results they've pulled out in the last couple of days is really good. So. Credit to them, and they're sitting top of the league at the moment. Yes,
they are, and I'm just looking through some of yesterday's tweets from the clubs, and Henley Athletic tweeted out themselves, the worst Henley performance in 5 years sees us gift-wrap chances for an excellent Halesworth, who eagerly accepted them to lead 4-0 at half-time. A reshuffle saw a better showing to maintain the scoreline, but the competitive and well-organised visitors were worthy of their win. They're flying, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, the whole club. As you can see it when we arrived yesterday. The setup's great. The maintenance pitch man's already on the pitch, sorting the pitch out, so that it's well looked after. And I got to speak to him for 5 minutes, and and he said the next 3 or 4 years, we want to be Thurlow Nunn, which you can see that a team like that can go.
So are you surprised to see them currently sitting top of the senior after, because obviously they won promotion, they were given promotion or won promotion, whatever you want to say it, last season, Division 1, they finished second, 48 points in the year that never was, obviously. Yeah. Are you surprised to see them leading, or were they a club you always felt were going to be really good at this level?
Well, they were probably going to win that league anyway. They've got a really, as I said, they've got a really good team. And obviously, when we got together as a management at Claydon, Halesworth were one of the teams that had to be watched out for because of the players and what's going on in the future for them. So they were talked about.
And then you've got Cooperstonians reserves.
Yep, haven't lost a game. Beat Old Newton reserves yesterday 1-0, which is a great result. As I said, Old Newton are not a pushover. So to get a 1-0 win against a team that's obviously fighting for the title as well is a great result, and sitting up top on 0 losses. So
they're flying, aren't they?
Yeah.
Let's look at that league table. We've got Cooperstonians leading the way and played 4-1-4, a goal difference of 12. There's some big hitters in that division. You've got Cooperstonians on a goal difference of 12, Sporting 87 on 14, Old Newton on 15, and as you say, yesterday a great result for them, unbeaten. Can they? Obviously, I'm not going to ask if they can keep the unbeaten run going, Dan, but are they your favourites for League A?
It's going to be between Cooperstonians and Old Newton, I reckon. But the two, obviously, I'd like to say Claydon reserves, but obviously with the new management that's come into place at the moment, they've got a couple of results the last couple of weeks, but I mean, Cooperstonians, they beat us, and obviously Old Newton seems to be a good team as well, so they've got some good players.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going to be an interesting division. That's for absolute certainty. Looking at next week, as we move ourselves on here, you've got senior divisions fixtures wise. Let's jump into that division first, shall we? Upcoming fixtures. We've got Biddleston at home to Capel, Bournemouth at home to Copplestonians. Crane Sports are playing Claydon. That'll be an interesting game for Claydon. I'm full of praise for Claydon this weekend. Do you feel they should continue the fine form next weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it's another clean sheet for Dicko again.
Another year in his career, isn't it?
What a man!
It's got to be, isn't it? It's got to be. I mean, he has to stay under another year, surely. I mean, Cranes is still going to be no pushover.
No,
like, they drew 1-1 yesterday with Westerfield. Respect to Westerfield, what they've done this season. Potsy's done well, but as I said, again, teams that play Claydon will want to beat them. So Cranes will want to beat Claydon, and obviously it's at Cranes ground as well. And obviously Damo, who manages Cranes, will be.
Don't fib us off there, Glyn. Come on, son.
Maybe if I get a little contract drawn up when he's on the piss or something, but for another year.
That could very well come true. I'll tell you a game I'm looking forward to, guys. And you can probably tell me a little bit more. Trimley Red Devils are going to host Henley Athletic next week. Trimley sitting third, Henley sitting ninth. Obviously, we heard the tweet earlier from Henley. They'll be looking to bounce back. Trimley, having been beaten by Copplestonians, looking to bounce back. That's a tasty little fixture, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Trimley obviously were 0-0 at half time, weren't they? I think there was obviously a couple of videos of the Copplestonians goals, and they were both from crosses from the corners, I think, in the second half. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Henley would obviously want to get back to winning ways. Unfortunately for you, so
I'm not a Trimley season ticket holder. I respect game when I see game, and the first part of the season they've been bringing that A game. But yesterday they were undone. So, but a team that, started slowly but has rebounded back into the Thurlow very quickly is Alex's Debenham. He says hard work, grit and desire was what they needed yesterday, and they built off that after the Wanderers result. And that's kind of what you want to do, isn't it, Dan, as a manager? You want to start stacking results on results. So you'll be looking to bounce back next week. Yeah,
100%. Again, as I said, it's Sport 87, so it's redemption. All the title is redemption. That's all it is.
I love it. I love a good redemption game, Thomas, don't you?
Yeah.
Are you free next weekend?
Me?
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
We should take the show down there, son. Do a live show from Pitside. Redemption. I can see it already. But you've got to have a result there, Dan. If we come down with the redemption flag, you've got to be, getting your lads on tip-top form, because we can't fall flat.
No, we can't. No, there is 2 matches being played on Saturday anyway. So if you get bored of us, then you can always go and pop over see the reserves on the other pitch. So you get a double whammy. But hopefully for us, obviously, you'll enjoy our game and we get the 3 points.
Well, I hope you do as well. Who are the reserves playing next week? They are playing ASC Kesgrave reserves, who are currently sitting winless at the moment. So that could be an interesting game as well, really.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So.
Right. Well, we're well over our time, but who cares? It's been a great morning. I've loved it. We've had Liam from Framlingham. We've had Daniel from Claydon. You're in good company there, Dan. But yeah, I think we're done for another week. Done, dusted. You can download this show, take it anywhere with you. Many, many, many of you have been doing that, and we really appreciate it. But what's your bold prediction for next weekend?
6-0.
You're going to regret that. Oh, I'm going to end the show there, I think. That's, whoo, Thomas.
I'm actually glad you didn't get me on the show with Liam, because obviously we just signed Fram's goalkeeper over at Claydon.
Yeah, I felt we should probably avoid that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's orcs. Thomas, Dan's dropping hammers here. This is your role of the show, to drop hammers. What is your bold prediction next week for Trimley versus Henley?
Trimley versus Henley? Oh, I'll go 2-2.
That's not bold.
No, but I'll go 2-2. I'm going 2-2.
That's not... No.
Wait,
bold.
You asked me, like, 2-2.
Bold.
2-2.
Bold.
No,
he just said 6-0, and you've gone 2-2.
What's that, man? He's taking my role.
If that's bold, then you must think Neapolitan ice cream is exciting. I mean, come on. Are you a vanilla guy with ice cream?
Me?
Yeah.
Mint.
Mint's the best.
I mean, yeah, that's exciting though. That's flavour. I mean, you've gone from bold to.
He's going up my estimation now.
Well, you can hear him this week. That
Yeah,
makes
I
the
can, yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
That makes the difference.
He muted me because he won a game last week. That's why.
Yeah, he really did. Right, we're done. 45 minutes in the book. No edit on time. With love, with care from Dan, from the Hammer, and myself. We'll see you all next week with Redemption Part 2. We'll see you then. Take care.